Warning, this episode contains adult language, mature situations, mysterious cities with high-rise buildings connected by rope bridges, smiley face masks that cause homicidal tendencies, an omnipotent administrator overseeing a mysterious world, a confused high school girl, and tons of gore. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 312, Jump or Be Thrown Off. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spark and Manga Review, some podcasts and varying reviews about connected enhanced narratives. I'm your host Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Hello everyone, I hope you're doing really good. I'm excited because it's going to be a pretty awesome weekend, but I'm getting ahead of myself. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome. As I said, Sparkin is some podcasts and varying reviews about connected enhanced narratives. It's a podcast where, depending on the show you're listening to, every episode we talk about one or two geeky properties. It could be a movie, it could be a video game, it could be board games. But this is our manga review, so we talk about mangas. We tell you the pros and cons about it, how the art style is, the characters are, the plot development is, the overall release, and if it's worth investing your time in or not. You don't have to agree with anything that I or my co-hosts say, but we try to be entertaining, educational, engaging, and most importantly, insightful about if it's worth reading or not. Like I said, if you disagree with us, let us know. You can check out any of our earlier episodes at www.sparkin.com, or you can email me or Greta, my co-host who's not here today, at zan@sparkin.com or sparkin@gmail.com, or leave a comment in the show notes or tweet us at Sparkin. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube, Stitcher, PSN Network, the Nintendo Switch Network, and many, many other social media platforms. Just type in Sparkin. I guarantee you'll find us somewhere. We are on a lot of stuff. But, hope you guys are doing good. I'm really excited because this week, on Friday the 19th, which is also my brother's birthday, Zoro's birthday, it is time for one of the best cons of the year, and actually our first con this year. And we're talking about Anime Boston, taking place at the Haynes Convention Center in Boston, Massachusetts, and it's going to be kind of cool. There's a lot going on, and Greta and I have a bunch of panels set up. So we have, on Friday the 19th, we have Ronin and Vagabonds, the homeless warriors of anime and manga. That's going to be in room 202 at 10 a.m. We have Literary Anime, series based on light novels, happening in room 310 at 6:30 p.m. On Saturday the 20th, at midnight, we got 22 Samurai Era recommendations for grown-ups in room 311. We hope to see you there. That one I've been working so hard on, and I've been studying a bunch of stuff. I actually found some information that's really cool about the Samurai Era manga. I will be going over a little bit of history and saying some cool manga recommendations. So, anyway, I digress. And then last and not least, debuting for the first time at Anime Boston, one of my favorite panels to do, a game show only for crazy people who love manga. I'm talking about that one, that only, the Insane Manga Challenge, Boston Shogun Edition. Yes, the Insane Manga Challenge. A game show where the contestants are pitted against each other in trivia about manga and anime, and the audience chooses the categories that are inflicted upon these contestants. Prove your worth and win free stuff. Have a blast. I really hope we see you there. I'm really excited, and, well, with that in mind, I think it's time for us to actually start talking about what's going on. Yes, it is. Well, so if you were from the last episode, I spun that one, that only the Wheel of Manga. It turned out to be reviewing a manga that was written by Suina Murai and illustrated by Takahiro Oba. And originally they did this in 2013, it's still coming out now, and it's been published by several companies, including Manga Box, Kana, Kodansha, Manga Drive, Egmont Manga, M&C, and over here it's being released by Seven Seas Entertainment as a very special omnibus edition. So there are 2 volumes for the price of 1. There are 19 volumes out. This is an action, mystery, horror, seinen, shonen series. And what is this from? Well, this is called Tenku Shinpan, or, as we have it over here in English, High Rise Invasion. This is a unique horror series that takes place in the most unique settings. It is on top of a high-rise building. Very similar to Die Hard, but not really. See, the premise of this is that our main character, Yuri, wakes up in a high-rise building where she sees a guy getting killed by a maniac wearing a smiley face mask. She is very confused and freaked out, wondering what is going on with this guy holding an axe killing someone. So she immediately runs away from the psychopath, and as she goes to find out, she sees a warning sign saying, "Warning, no access to the ground level." And that's it. And so she has to go up. She can't go down. And when she runs upstairs, she gets onto the rooftop of this very tall high-rise, and she sees she's not in Tokyo anymore. She's somewhere she's never been before, and she's kind of freaking out. She pulls out her phone. She starts dialing every number possible. She calls her mom. No one answers. Her dad. No one answers. She calls her brother, and immediately the phone connects. And she says, oh my God, are you okay? I'm kind of worried. We got to figure out what's going on. Please help me out with this. And he's like, listen, you're in the same world I am with a bunch of high-rises? Listen, there are a bunch of rope bridges. Use the rope bridges, the suspension bridges to get to the big tall building, the black one in the middle of the city. Get there, I'll meet you there. And watch out. Be careful. So she immediately says okay, hangs up, and starts going towards it. And as she gets towards the suspension bridge, this psychopath shows up trying to kill her. But when she gets to the bridge, he stops. And she's like, wait a minute, maybe he can't cross the suspension bridge. He's like, listen, sir, I don't know what's going on. I need help. I need a lot of help. Can you tell me how I got here? And as she's saying this, the guy just stops, squinches down, and he rushes her with his axe. He's going to kill her. And as he's doing that, Yuri starts to panic and holds on to the bridge. But as this guy misses her, he ends up cutting the bridge, falls off, lands, and smush right to the ground. Falls all the way down to the ground and dies. So, after seeing this horrific event, Yuri freaking out, struggles to get to the other side of the bridge, and she doesn't know what to do. She's like, you know what, I'm just going to try to figure out what I'm going to do. I lost my phone in that whole accident, so I'm going to find a phone. And she starts just trying to find another bridge, and she hears someone calling for help. Turns and sees a lady on another rooftop, and as she's saying that, she says, oh, help me, please, there's a crazy masked man trying to kill me. And she's like, no, the guy just died. It turns out there's another masked man. And as she sees this, she kind of gets to realize, wait, there's more than one? And she tells this lady, as she's watching this person stalk this girl, listen, there's a way you can get off the bridge. Get off the building. There's a suspension bridge. You can cross it. It'll be all good. And as the lady's looking for the bridge to get to another building, she sees a gap between some of the fences around the building. And as she's looking, the lady kind of starts getting crazy, like, there's no way out. There's no way out. And she jumps off of the building to kill herself. And Yuri's like, no, don't do this. And she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know. She's shocked by this. She says, maybe if I go in this building, I can get downstairs. So she goes in the building, trying to get down, goes down to the basement, and she sees the same thing. The door, which says, you cannot go this way. It says there is no access to the ground level. And as she's walking around, she hears some running water, sees a dental clinic, walks in, and then there's a human head in the middle of the room. And she starts panicking, freaking out, and realizing, I can't get out, this is horrible, I want this to end. And she starts going towards the gap that the lady threw herself off of, like she's going to kill herself. But as she's doing that, about to kill herself, she trips and drops her pocketbook. Now, she doesn't realize this at first, and she's getting ready to jump, and she notices her pocketbook, and she realizes that if she loses the pocketbook, her brother's going to be mad because there's a picture of him in it, and it gives her a reason to live. She's going to find her brother. Things are going to be great. And as she's doing this, getting a firm, realizing she can survive, she starts hearing a helicopter and sees a helicopter. She's wondering if she's freaking out. She's like, no, I can get help. And she starts trying to get help. And she just gets the inspiration. She's not going to die. She's going to fly this helicopter, maybe steal it, get her brother, and get out of there. And she thinks that, she says, you know what, brother, you saved my life with this, and I've got nothing to fear. I'm going to get to the helicopter and save the day. And as she does this, she bumps into a bunch of other crazed individuals. And as she's walking around, she sees another guy going to attack her, and then she notices something, realizes something. That these crazy individuals will try to kill you unless you jump off the building. If you're going to kill yourself, they'll leave you alone. But if you're not going to kill yourself, they're going to kill you. So after her trying to reason with this crazy person, she gets saved by a police officer who shoots the guy with the mask. And it turns out that they're actually humans. And from here, it gets to that there's other people who are in this world that are all trying to survive, and there's a bunch of these masked psychopaths running around. Now, the interesting part is that they're normal until they see these masks. And in the masks, there's like this weird code that drives them crazy. And it's like a program that's in their head that says you have to kill anybody who doesn't jump off the building. People have to die, and it controls them. And all these people get superpower, super strength, super endurance, and beyond this. You also have a guy that's following her, he's trying to kill her. He's like the super sniper guy who his mask is chipped, so he kind of remembers who he is, but he's like the super sniper badass. And as Yuri is trying to get to her brother, she ends up getting stronger and more awesome. Eventually, like most video games, when you find weaponry, grabbing the weaponry, just loading up, trying to save the day, find out what happened, find out who this weird administrator everyone is talking about who's in control of this world, trying to get out, and all these things going on. Now, I pretty much spoiled the first third of the book. I haven't gotten too far into it, but it is a story. It would be an awesome movie. The whole thing is, it is a suspense story where you want Yuri to find her brother and get out of this weird world. Also, you want to find out why this world is existing and what the hell is going on. And why do these masks drive people crazy? Yes, there's this weird code, but it's like some people are completely normal, then they see the mask, put it on, and then they're just kill everything. And some of them lose their ability of speech. Some don't lose their ability of speech. Some lose all their memory except for the need to kill. It's very unusual and very strange. Also, why is this world, they want you so high up? What is going on? All these questions are brought up as you read this manga, and it's pretty crazy. Because it gets even more weird, like when you see the people who are dealing with this, people who are sent this world. Some of them are friends that have been friends for years. She runs into some schoolboys who are best friends, and then one of them goes crazy, and it gets just heartbreaking where the one kid's friend wants to save the kid who now is wearing a mask, and the person with the mask ends up killing the other person in a way that's just horrific. This manga is gory, it's bloody, and I gotta say, it is one of those ones where you're like, what the fuck were they thinking when they came up with this? But I gotta say, I want to read more. I want to see where it goes, because it is so trippy and strange. For that reason, I have to give High Rise Invasion Tenku Shinpa really, really, really fucking cool, because it is really, really, really fucking cool, and it's a very different horror story. I mean, our main character is someone who could be oh god, it's the end of the world, I gotta run away. And no, she's someone who rises to the occasion. Eventually you find out about her brother and what's going on with him, and he's just as competent. He's someone who's trying his best to survive and meet his sister, and all the people who are involved, you see their strengths and weaknesses. Also, you have the mystery of the sniper mask, what his deal is, and why he ends up adopting a girl and protecting her, even though his programming says you have to kill everybody who is not wearing a mask, because apparently it's the Angel program. The masks are called Angel Protocol because they're angels. Yeah, batshit crazy, I know. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm surprised it's still going on. I mean, 19 volumes is a long time, but I can't wait to see what is happening. And like I said, it's really, really, really fucking cool. One thing I'll recommend, if you do not like gore, you will not like this. There are some really horrific things in this. Some of the masks are really horrible. There's a maid mask who uses a scythe to decapitate people. There's one who's a doctor who... It's like Professor Pig from Batman doing horrific experiments. Just, if you do not like gore, you will not like this. But it is intriguing, it's engaging, and I highly recommend it. No, I just fanboyed about this, but that's all I can really say about High Rise Invasion. It is that just weird. It's very niche, though, but anyway, I digress. I guess that's all I can really say about this manga, so if you disagree with me, remember you can email me zanspiraken.com or direct message me on Twitter at Spiraken. Let me know if you disagree with me about this, if you think this isn't as good as I say, or if you don't like this, or if you do like it, let me know. Remember, you can check out any of our other episodes at www.spiraken.com. You can email me at zanspiraken.com. Definitely go to Anime Next, and let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. What am I talking about? I'm talking about that one, that only, Yes, friends, accept no substitute. What is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the Wheel of Manga. And whatever number it lands on, there's a manga associated with, and that's what I'm going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 313. And I'm kind of excited, because we got some great titles on here. We have the Bakano manga series. We have House of Five Leaves on here. We have Alternative World Bar Nobu, or Isekai Nobu. We've got this one about a cool geisha. We have one about a very insane girl who likes a boy and she goes kind of crazy, and some other things. So let's spin and see what we're going to review in the next episode. I'm kind of excited. Okay, number 5. So, in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, I'm going to be reviewing a manga about drinking what's on tap. Yes, I'm talking about Alternative World Bar Nobu, a very unique manga that is very similar to Restaurant to Another World. I'll tell you how it is in the next episode after the con. Also, next week we also have Infinity War. I can't wait to see that. I'm really excited to see Infinity War and talk about that. And we're also going to be doing another one of our other podcasts coming out. We have the Villains podcast coming out soon. Also, what else we're releasing? Hold on, I just got to check quick. Yes, we're going to be doing the review for the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Villains. We are going to be doing that. We're going to do our review of Infinity War, and we have plans to do some other movies and other superhero stuff, and we should be getting ready to do episode 3 of the Spiraken Motion Picture Review. We're going to be talking about The Town with Ben Affleck. We just have to get a chance to watch that, so I'm digressing. Anyway, so I guess it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Zan, and I am Gonzville. Catch you guys next time.